Hey, what's up everyone? Your main DJ Roxy from Roxy Electronics and Repair, coming to you with another repair video on the Pioneer DDJ 1000 and 1000 SRT. Once again, you're doing this job under your own risk, so I'm not responsible for anything that happened to your controller. Now that we got that out of the way, the first thing you want to do is remove all the screws from the bottom cover as I'm showing you in this video. And once again, before we get started, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, it's a perfect time to hit a subscribe button for more interested videos of repairs, DJ equipment, MPCs, and drum machines alike. So the first thing you want to do is, after you remove all the screws, is remove the bottom cover. As you can see, the guts of the controller is exposed. Now this is a very intense job, so if you're not so inclined into repairs, I recommend that you take it in to someone who really know what they're doing. You're more than welcome to ship it out to our location. We are located in 1000 NC Music Factory in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm gonna leave the information when if you want to ship your equipment to us, whether you have turntables, CDJs, mixers, controllers, speakers. We do all those repairs. Now let's get a close-up of the bottom part of the controller, the guts of the controller. As you can see, most of these screws that hold the main motherboard will have to be removed. So as you can see, and one thing that I highly recommend is that when you're doing this, when you do your repairs, is that you record yourself. And also put all your screws separate from each other, whatever you take off, so you don't get them messed up when you're ready to reassemble your unit back together. As you can see, this is a crossfader and all these ribbon cables. Now what you're going to be focusing on is not the two sides of the platters, but the middle part. So you have the main board, or main PCB board, that will definitely have to be removed so you can get access to the middle PCB board, or the fader control PCB board, so we can remove that. Once again, if you need to get your faders removed, if you want to remove your fader, I have a video that's showing you how to remove your cross fader, so you could check that video out. As you can see in the video, we are now removing all these ribbon cable from the main PCB board. This has a clip. Some of those are push up clip, so you just bear in mind, take your time doing this repair. As you can see, some of these ribbon cable might be a little harder to get to, like this one on the side. Just take your time. This one is a push up clip, so, and be very gentle with those push up clip, because once you break those, is very rare, very near to impossible to replace those clips. And the main motherboard for this is very costly, very expensive, and hard to get. Now you're gonna go ahead and remove all these screws from the main PCB board. I'm using a drill to do this repair. I do repairs every day, so I'm very I have a good hand when it comes to holding my drill, but I highly recommend that you use a screwdriver. Do not use a drill like I'm using. Do not use a power tool. Highly recommend that you use the specific screwdrivers. Now there are some screws to the side of the unit that also have to be removed. You're gonna go ahead and remove those screws as well. Once we do that, we can try to see what else need to be removed. As you can see, there are some screws for the power switch. The power switch will have to be removed. recommend taking the pictures of all these screws that you remove from the main PCB board, because some are smaller than the others, and you can tell by the size because they are different colors, silver and black. Now there's some more screws on that side of the PCB board. This is for the sound card. Once you get that removed, now there's two wires, I'm sorry, that also need to be removed, which is a crossfader in the other one. Now that we have access to the main fader PCB board, these screws will have to be removed. All these screws from the center piece will have to be removed. The crossfader will have to be removed. Also, this will have to be removed as well. As you can see, you have some protector plastic shell, a shade or whatever you call that, that also will have to be removed. As you can see, once again, be very gentle when removing anything. Alright, we stand to remove all the screws from the main fader PCB board. Once again, I'd like to mention again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, it's a perfect time to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you could be notified when I post new videos up. We are removing all the screws from the main fader PCB board. Like I said, put all these screws separate from the rest screws, so you know when it's time to reassemble your unit back together, you know where all the screws goes. And you don't mix them up. So in that way, in that manner, if you work in that manner, you know not to miss any screw when you're ready to reassemble your unit. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove the crossfader. And the headphone jack. Alright, we're gonna pull a crossfader up out. So you're gonna have to flip the unit to get your faders out. Which I recommend you do this from the beginning, removing all your faders and fader caps. So we're gonna go ahead and remove all your faders and fader caps and knobs caps or whatever. We're gonna go ahead. Some of these are hard to pull up. I highly recommend that you use your fingers instead of using any tool. Pry these things up, the knobs up. I highly recommend that you you use your hands. I know sometimes it can be really hard to get these off. Now when it comes to the to your faders, there's some clips that need to be removed in order to remove these faders. Do not try to push up the crossfader or the channel fader. Excuse me. So you're gonna need something very small, little pointy tool to get in between those little gaps to remove those channel faders or channel caps, like I'm doing in the video. Just pushing the clip up in the center, removing the clip, be very careful with those other clips that hold the fader as well. You don't want to break this, because when it's time to reassemble this and those clips are broken, then you will have to order or buy some new clips, because the fader will not hold in place without those clips. I think it's a very intelligent technology or invention that Pioneer came out when it came out with these fader clip. Because if you're a DJ and you know about these caps, they be all over the place, you know, after some time. All right, so now we remove all those caps and fader caps. We're gonna go ahead and as you can see, as soon as we remove the caps for the fader was free. Also the headphone jack, we remove the headphone jack. Now we're gonna go ahead and look for everywhere you have screws on this PCB board. And once again, before I forget, I'm gonna leave a link where you can get these faders from, where you can purchase these faders from. I'm gonna leave the link below. Do not try to fight it. If you see that it's not pulling up, maybe you missed screws. So just it should be easy to pull up. If you can see you're struggling to get it up, you're missing screws. As you can see, we have some other screws to also be removed before we can push those, pull the PCB board. There is a PCB board right in front of the main fader PCB board. You can leave that in for now, but you also gonna need to remove it when it's time to put it together, because it has a ribbon cable that goes into from that PCB board into the main channel PCB board, and that ribbon cable need to go in there, and that's the only way to get it in. That's the cable that I'm pushing right now. It's hard to get it out, it's hard to even get it in, so you're gonna have to remove that PCB board that's right in front of it when it's time to reassemble. You can leave it in for now, but you're gonna have to remove it later on. That same cable that I just pulled out, that same ribbon cable that I just pulled out, this is what we're talking about. Now we have access to all faders by removing our main PCB fader PCB board. Like I said, man, take your time to do this process, as this is no easy process to do. This is harder. So now this is what the main PCB board looks like. Now highly recommend when you do this, you kind of get these ribbon cables out of the way on the main fader PCB board when you're ready to solder your fader, because you don't want to burn any of these ribbon cable from the main fader PCB board. As you can see, this is what the Pioneer SRT looks like without the centerpiece. Alright, so as you can see, now this frame will have to be removed from the fader. You have to remove that little frame that holds all the channel faders. Now that we take it into the workbench, this is where, you know, I kind of I use some tape and tape the ribbon cables so I don't accidentally burn them when I'm ready to desolder or solder on new fader. You can see we just hold those there, and this is you know, so yep, get them out of the way. All right, so this is what we're looking at. You have 4 contacts, 1, 2, 3, 4 contacts. We have 2 in the middle right there, and then 2 right there that hold our fader. Do not try to remove anything else on that PCB board. Those are the ones that need to be desoldered, the one that holds the fader. In total, you have 5, 6, 7, 8 contact on each fader. Do not try to remove anything else. All those low capacitors or resistors, be very gentle. You don't burn them out, or accidentally pull them out or whatever. So that's what we're going to be focusing on, is removing those channel fader. Highly recommend that you use a desoldering desoldering station, like I have here in this video, so you don't damage the PCB board. But by any means, all good luck. Wish you the best. If you need to reassemble this unit, go ahead and watch the video in reverse. Don't want to do the video too long. It's your man DJ Roxy from Roxy Entertainment, logging out until next time.